Welcome to CS Design Studio's presentation, The Marketing Corner, with co-host Sean Campbell and Wyatt Chambers. The Marketing Corner is your source for the latest and greatest in today's world of marketing and entrepreneurship. And now, without further ado, it's Sean Campbell and Wyatt Chambers.
And welcome everybody back to the CS Design Studios presents The Marketing Corner. And we got three of the finest, two of the finest and myself in the room today for our podcast today. And we're going to be talking about video. So to my right, we have engineer extraordinaire, Google business extraordinaire, Aaron Owens. Where's the clap?
Oh, I forgot. The applause.
The applause.
Where's Lady Gaga when you need her?
Yeah.
I know, right? And I can't even hear them.
There we go. A delayed applause for Aaron.
That wasn't canned at all.
No. And then the crowd's going to go crazy now, Aaron, for our Director of Business Development, Tyson Torres. There we go.
I feel so much better now.
You're going to walk around a little more proud of yourself now, Tyson.
My self-esteem is just, no
through
longer.
the roof.
That's right.
Through the roof. What do we want to talk about today, guys?
Video.
Video.
The importance of video in marketing.
Yeah. So when people have heard me on any podcasts or shows or presentations, we're not just going to talk about video, how we can utilize it for social media. That probably comes out top of mind first. When we talk about video, we're talking about social. But let's talk about the different aspects and your guys' kind of strengths, that being Google and website design, et cetera, on how video and the importance of video can be used, not just for social, but in your areas as well. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good. So let's start with you, Aaron.
Oh, man. So for one, when I'm doing Google Business Profile posts, they actually do allow videos to be added. So I'm selective in how I do that, though.
Has that always been the case?
I mean, at least for the last year and a half or so.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That you've been able to add video. The issue I have sometimes is maybe the loading is not as quick, so I'm very selective in which type of video I use. I try to keep it very short. But it'll grab their attention when they're looking at the profile, anybody who's looking at it. So a short, concise video for that. Or even if it's something just showing a deal or a special, something like that.
So something, under 30 seconds?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would keep it short.
And what kind of is going to highlight the product or the service or?
Yeah. You can do for example, if a company is doing like a little special, you can do like a little slideshow type video showing sale up until this date or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. To be honest, I never knew you could use video in Google Profile.
Yeah, you can. Again, you have to be a little careful because sometimes if you do like a video that's too long, it'll take too long to load on the other side. So you have to be careful. I don't know how optimized it is on Google's side.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. You can definitely use them there.
Do you think it has any bearance on the strength of the profile? Or it's just...
Well, as long as you're doing regular posts, I think that has more of a direct correlation to the strength of the profile. But again, video is a way to capture attention. You know, especially in this day and age when attention spans are a little bit shorter.
Short video. Attention span theater.
And we're done. Tyson, what about websites? I mean, how would you, just go ahead. I mean, how would you utilize video?
Well, there's a couple different things. Like, we've all heard it said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. But a video lets you pick which words.
Ooh.
Right? So one of the things that we've leveraged in our design is using video can be overused sometimes because of cool factor, right? There is a cool factor to videos, and especially if you have invested maybe some production value into videos, you want to use them everywhere, right? But just like Aaron was saying about the Google Business Profile, and like video is not like the golden ticket that gets you past, Google's algorithm or whatever. It's part of a recipe. In the same way that, when you're having a burger and fries, you don't start with a bowl of ketchup and a couple of fries, and then, it's a condiment, right?
Right.
So when it comes to web design, video can actually slow down the load times, especially on the more mobile devices. And so you want to be careful about overusing it. There are ways to optimize the video, and video can be very, very important. So here's one of the ways we can do it. Like, we can put video like in the what we call the hero image. That is the imagery, whether it's a still, old school is like a carousel, the little flipping pictures. But we can do a video there too, and that can be very effective. It has to be optimized a very specific way for the page not to get dinged on load times. But the other thing that I think we've done a really good job leveraging is video in terms of testimonials, right? Case studies. Because, honestly, like if you think about, I'm going to tell you how awesome I am, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't resonate.
Yeah.
That's just bragging. But if somebody else is talking about you and they tell other people how awesome you are, that's not bragging. That's truth.
Right.
Right. So that's the power of using video for case studies and testimonials, because it's not just a written review. There's a face and there's, images and words coming from this medium, and that can be far more compelling to, conversion factors and pushing someone over the edge to make a good decision.
Right. And from that aspect, I mean, you'd want to get some of your more, the people has probably a little more influence to do those testimonial videos, correct?
Yeah, I think, picking the right person from the company is always good. It's oftentimes the owner. But one thing that we've gotten pretty good at doing is asking the correct questions off camera to elicit the correct answers on camera. So it seems very seamless. It seems unscripted because it is unscripted, but it's still prompted by carefully worded questions to craft the message that we know they want.
Yeah. What about for the FAQs page? Do you like doing videos for that as well?
Super, super helpful, super good idea for a couple of reasons. One, it, like Google loves delivering to people what they want, and people want answers to the questions that they have. And so as a business owner, if you know that people are constantly calling you with the same or similar questions, you would love it if A, they got what they wanted, which is the answers, and B, they didn't waste your time having to take those calls over and over again.
Right.
Why not
Right.
just record yourself giving them the answer that they want, so that they have access to it without having to make that extra phone call. It's better for them, and it's better for you.
Would something like that work on Google as well, like a short 20 to 30-second FAQ video, or is that kind of odd?
So there is a section for FAQs on the profile directly. You could use a short video as a post, like a frequently asked question. So yes, you could. But the thing with that is you'll have to keep in mind that the post is only going to be visible for so long.
Oh, I see.
And then as you post, it's going to so people would have to kind of scroll through to find it.
Right.
So you could, I guess it would be something that you would have to post pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Like, every couple of weeks you can post another video, another frequently asked question. So yeah, it would work. Yeah.
But there's a frequently asked questions. Well, it's not technically a frequently asked questions section, but the question and answer section on the Google Business Profile is more permanent, and it can be used for that. But if you wanted the video format, which indeed is more compelling, that you'd have to update more often.
Yeah. Every podcast we give some gold nuggets. I mean, just what the two of you have said so far in this first 10 minutes of this podcast. I mean, business owners listening to this need to write this down and actually implement it. So one thing I've been experimenting, and we're going to talk a little about social right now. Obviously, utilizing video on LinkedIn has proven pretty powerful for me, and Facebook and Instagram, obviously. TikTok, I'm getting more and more into it. I'm kind of falling down that rabbit hole right now. One thing that I've noticed on my videos, I started using what's called Submagic. It's a caption AI type of a program that really makes the text pop on the screen, and it includes little emojis and sound effects. It's been a big difference. But one thing that I've been shocked at is utilizing those types of videos on YouTube Shorts. I'm getting just as many or more views on YouTube Shorts, I found, than I am on any other platform. And it's been kind of a shocker, to be honest. I mean, I didn't realize YouTube Shorts was that powerful to make that impact. Aaron, you might know this. Do you know when YouTube started using the Shorts?
I don't remember exactly. Excuse me. I don't remember exactly when they started it.
It was like 3 or 4 years ago, and they actually started India. YouTube India actually started it because they banned TikTok there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was kind of like their answer to TikTok.
Yeah,
But I didn't realize.
yeah, and
where-
it took off, and then it went global.
Oh,
So
okay.
I did
Wow.
not. I researched that a few
That's-
weeks ago. It's like, why did they do this?
Yeah, that's the news. Too.
Yeah.
I knew it had something to do with TikTok, but I didn't realize the ban and everything.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting.
I think it's fascinating because YouTube as an entity in itself. I mean, Alphabet. Alphabet is the parent company of Google, of course, and Alphabet owns YouTube also. When you ask, most people on the street, what's the largest search engine? Oh, the answer is obviously Google. Oh, what's the second largest search engine? Is it Yahoo? Is it Lycos? Is it, Hotbot or Ask Jeeves or, no, it's YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is also
Yeah.
Google, but it's the second largest search engine, which I think also speaks clearly about the value of video.
And to that matter, I was on an online seminar a week or two ago about TikTok, and the amount of people utilizing TikTok as a search engine now has gone through the roof recently. So it's another reason why, I mean, yeah, a year or 2 years ago, it was a very immature type of a platform, but more and more, there's more, professional type of videos and, good value and information from all segments and all industries. It's, again, but you could fall down that rabbit hole so quickly on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like I got to put a timer on and say I'm only going to spend 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's yeah. But one thing with TikTok and other platforms, it's very engagement friendly. I've found that the more I engage in other videos of people that I want to follow, the more views I get on my own. So it's not just about the hashtags and being entertaining to a point, but the more I engage with other accounts, it seems like the more activity I get on my own. So interesting.
Yeah, and I was going to say too, for those listening, sometimes there's this mental barrier where like, oh, I have to spend multi-thousands of dollars on video production. I mean, if you want a professional looking video, well, then you got to spend some thing. But you don't have to do that for the purpose of every video.
Right.
Some videos
Right.
are very simple.
Yeah.
And modern devices like tablets and phones are pretty good at with their camera function, and that's good enough for a lot of different possibilities that can help the business to get their word out there.
Yeah, there was a cosmetics company in Europe that their most successful video for a Facebook ad was actually from a customer who literally took a selfie. It was a testimonial, and she just like raved about their products, and that was turned into an ad, and that was the most successful ad. It wasn't, didn't cost them anything, but they didn't spend thousands on the high production or nothing. It was just that testimonial, a selfie.
So what does that tell you? It tells
Right.
you that authenticity matters,
Right.
because people realize that wasn't fake, that was real.
Yeah.
And now that means my emotions are involved. Like, wow, I want to feel like that person, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So a lot of times in these, and we're going to kind of shift into this next topic is, today's market, it's all, people don't want to be sold. You want to provide solutions and you want to provide answers, right? So how important is that in making sure you got the right person to represent you or your company on a video? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to have like your like a car salesman approach on it, but you want to actually offer solutions to people's pain points. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I feel like, I don't know, if you want to be sold, you got to be able to explain, why you should buy this product. And, if you want to professionally if a business owner comes into like something like this, like a podcast or small video production, thinking that it's some kind of like an infomercial, they have the wrong idea.
Yeah.
Because just like, when we teach people about Google, Google has become a verb because it's good at delivering to people what they want. Well, as you said, people don't want to be sold or slimed by this approach. They want good, real information, like the authenticity of that video you mentioned, right?
Right.
So in the same way, sometimes it can be counterintuitive to a business owner to go behind the scenes. Hey, here's what you can do to avoid having to hire me to do X.
Right.
Right. But that is helpful, valuable information. And it lets people who are listening know, actually, that was a good little tidbit.
Right.
That they're interested in helping me, not just selling me.
Right.
And that in itself helps raise the profile of your company.
Right. And, yesterday, you and I, it was mainly you, but we were involved in a huge presentation, which could potentially be one of our biggest clients here at CS. And one thing that I think we do a really good job at is we're very prepared, but we don't really sell. We kind of sell ourselves, but the amount of value and direction that we gave in that initial meeting yesterday, I think that, again, offering solutions to people's pain points. So
yeah, there's a lot of education that goes on.
Yeah.
And I've even told people, it's like, hopefully you come away from this meeting with information that you can use, whether you go with us or not.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Aaron, what's something that you see in your arena in Google business that you see that are common mistakes or missteps in the spirit of educating the people listening right now? And I know we've covered this before in other podcasts, but what are some common missteps people are doing with their Google profile?
Oh, I mean, not having your products and services listed on there because there's a space where you can put those. Not having your social media links. That's a new one.
Oh, that's right. In the last couple of weeks, huh?
Yeah, and they added that ability. So missing out on those. I mean, those are easy things that you can easily put on your site. Not having good photos.
Yeah. I noticed. I don't know if it was always available on YouTube, but I think there's a new section on YouTube. I may be totally wrong on this, where you can put your social media profiles on there as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in the what is it like in the I know what you're talking about. The section right underneath the video where you can put all your links and stuff in there.
Yeah. It's interesting how Google will let you share that, but it doesn't really work on Meta side. That they don't like if you're going to put a video that you have on YouTube, upload it on Facebook, so Facebook recognizes it more of a native type of video rather than just putting the YouTube link there. You won't get no one will watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Got you.
Interesting.
There's a little bit of rivalry behind the scenes.
A little bit, but
there.
I mean, it seems like Google plays nicer.
Oh, and by the way, I mentioned photos, but also video. You can also put video on you can upload videos on your profile as well.
Yeah.
One thing that came up in that big presentation you were talking about, Sean, is how important the Google Business Profile really is.
Right.
Website's important, and especially if the website is going to project your legitimacy out there, and one of the central pillars of your digital marketing. That's very important. But Google Business Profile for local businesses, local service providers, is even more important because the level of engagement through the Google Business Profile is often higher even than a well-ranked website.
Wow.
So, and the type of engagement on the Google Business Profile, because of its nature, having the address, the phone number, the business hours, the reviews,
Right. Yeah.
all of that plays into conversion rather than simply information. So that's why you see a lot of people, once they've kind of like done their search, they'll engage and they'll skip the website entirely and either ask for directions if it's a retail location or give a call right from there because they've seen enough to make a decision. They don't need to go any further.
Right. So what's something that, because we've seen companies out there that have been around for years, and they have like 47 reviews. What's a simple solution for a company to actually earn more reviews from their customers?
Yeah, on each profile there is a link that they can copy off of there and send it to their customers, and they can use that to leave reviews for them.
Yeah.
They also have the option of creating their own QR code if they want,
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah. We were researching for another project that CS has for some companies, and we found one company in particular that, they're doing pretty well. They've been around for 20, 30 years or so, and they have, hundreds of reviews, but the last several were bad, right? However, in reading those last several that were bad, and they were still like at a 4.7, 4.8, despite, because they have such a huge amount of reviews. The last several that were bad were almost all alike. It's like they've been, servicing our house for years and years and years, but blah, 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 blah. Each one of those recent ones. So it's like the company forgot to get the reviews after they've been serving these clients for years, but that one bad experience, even after helping the customers out for 5, 10, 15 years, that one, do you find that happens a lot where people are more apt to leave a bad review than actually leave a good one?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's probably why you have to really reach out
Right, and be proactive.
and be proactive about
Yeah.
getting the reviews. Yeah, and
Yeah.
getting the good reviews. But you're right. That is.
Well, just statistically, I mean, psychologists have studied this, and people view good service as sort of expected, but they view bad service as an outlier, and their emotion is much stronger with a negative experience that will motivate them. It's much more likely to motivate them to leave a review. So in that line, that's what I was going to say is when it's time to look at how can I increase my reviews, being review conscious while still staying within the bounds of ethics.
Right.
Because there are folks out there in the digital marketing world that have ways that to manipulate that system.
Yep.
And, sometimes they work. It's like, is the dark side stronger? No. It's quicker, easier, more seductive. But if, I have heard of Google removing like 1,200 reviews from the business overnight because they were doing black hat stuff. And, of course, it goes without saying, we not only never do it, but we don't even recommend it.
Yeah. And I think people, when they're upset, just having their voices and opinions online makes them feel better, right? It's like back in the day, I used to play 1 cent, 2 cent poker online, and people would just go off on you on, whatever. And I'm like, dude, you would not be saying that to me if we were in person. So don't do that online, right? So I think, there's that shield of that you could stand or hide behind when you leave a scathing bad review and you want to show your buddies that, right?
Right.
So that's why I think it's very proactive for all of us as business owners to get the good review, be proactive about it, and also stay on top of your game, right? So I would hate to be in the bar or restaurant industry these days. I would hate it because, 99 out of 100 people are leaving your place happy, but that one bad one's going to be the one that leaves the review that night.
Right.
Yeah, you're only as good as your worst employee, right?
Yeah, that too, yeah.
I was going to tell you a little parable. I heard about this case where a bad review was left, and it was a tit for tat kind of a revenge review. Well, lawyers got involved, and the owner of the business, her attorney contacted the offender's attorney, and they worked it out legally through some undisclosed settlement to remove the review. Well, right after that review was removed, 5 more 1-star anonymous reviews came from who knows where, untrackable IP addresses. And that's because the person was mad that they took the money, whatever undisclosed amount that was, and then used part of it to hire a bunch of scabs on Fiverr or something overseas to leave a bunch of bad reviews. So be very, very careful out there. Try not to use the law because, the legislative situation in the United States is not caught up to the realities of what that looks like. And it's a slippery slope. So just a little tidbit.
Yeah, one thing I learned from you, Aaron, is like when a bad review is left, but it's not legit, what's the worst thing you can do?
Respond to it.
Right, because then Google sees it as legit. So how would you handle that?
You would flag it first. And they have a new process available now. So you can flag the review, and then if they reject it, you can appeal now and specify the reason why it should be. So as long as it fits within their criteria of what shouldn't be there, then they will remove it.
Yeah. So, and my advice on Facebook, if you're left like a bad comment or a bad review, respond to it immediately. Just say, we're sorry to hear about this issue. Don't apologize for the bad coffee or whatever, right? Don't admit that you made the mistake. Apologize for the issue, to hear about this issue. Please direct message me, and someone will reach out. With direct message us with your personal contact information, and someone will reach out to you immediately. So when people see that on social, they see that you're engaged, and you want to take care, but you didn't admit or apologize for the problem. You're apologizing to hear about the issue,
Right.
and get that conversation offline.
Yep.
So if you do that, you can turn lemons into lemonade on your social profile immediately. So, all right, guys, this was pretty good. We kind of, meandered through, from video to Google to FAQs to reviews. But this was good, though.
Yeah. No,
And I think there is a correlation, though, between, reputation and video. So we just came full circle. See?
Yeah.
We did. Thanks for bailing me out on that one. All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. If you have any questions, comments, or you want more from us, please leave them in the comments below. Remember to like this video on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and let us know if you want us to cover a specific topic. Reach out to us directly, and we'll be sure to cover it.
Yeah. And by the way, Sean, you didn't get applause earlier. So
Oh, give me my applause.
we want to make sure we give you your applause.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Tyson.
See you guys.
Thank you for tuning in to the Marketing Corner. Follow us on Facebook or visit us at csdesignsstudios.com today.